Don't try to stop me, Shepard. I have to do this. I've already activated the project. We can still escape this rock. There is no escape. There's no redemption for what you've done. I will die, never having seen the Reaper's blessings, and you will just die. Damn it, Kenson!
Over here!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final ever episode of Mass Effect 2. Because this is the final bonus episode. This is the end of the Arrival DLC, and with that done, we are done. Which is a fairly significant moment. We're here on an asteroid known only as The Project. We've just fired up the engines, and... are... Currently, basically so, good one. We fired up the engines, and the asteroid is on course to smash into a mass relay which will destroy it. Thus, when the Reapers arrive here, that prevents them from spreading throughout the galaxy at superluminal speeds. Unfortunately, the entire crew of the asteroid are indoctrinated and don't want that to happen. It's almost too late to stop that, but they are very much still determined to stop us. Basically by destabilizing the reactor core and blowing the whole thing sky high. Let's stop that from happening.
How do I stabilize the reactor core?
All automatic safety protocols have been overridden. To stabilize the reactor core, manually insert cooling rod A from this control station. Manually insert cooling rod B from control station B. Doing so will stabilize the reactor core. Cooling rod A reinserted. Reactor cooling process has begun.
So, that has started the process of... Oh dear! That has started the process of cooling down the reactor. It's still going to be a lot of fighting to get through to there, so be prepared. And as I have been saying in the last few episodes, with this DLC, you have to be aware that it is very difficult. You've come back to life. That you will be fighting solo for the entire thing, other than that tiny bit where you get Dr. Kenson on your side while you're in the prison, and even then she's not particularly helpful. So, plasma venting is going on in there, so obviously we need that to stop so we can get through there. Wonderful. I don't know what plasma venting is or why it's doing it, but it would be much nicer would it not do that. Unfortunately, I appear to have developed a cough over the course of this recording session, which is unfortunate. Because this is also literally the final Mass Effect, as I said at the beginning, this is the final Mass Effect recording ever. So it's a bit of a shame that I'm coughing like an idiot for it. Oh dear. There's a lot of things going on here. Is there bastardry behind me? There's not. I don't know why I'm dying then. You stop shooting me! Stop! Oh, the enemies over there that are doing the shooty shoot. That makes a lot more sense. Don't know where he's off to. I'm really dying. I'm going to actually have to Medi-gel myself. That's the thing. When it's just me on my own, I also just forget to do Unity because I have more important stuff to spend my powers on, like surviving. And you rarely get a time when you've got a kind of power charged and nothing to do with it. So I actually don't use Unity anywhere near as much as I know I feel like I kind of should, but Dominate's actually been really useful here just because, yeah, you are mostly fighting unshielded enemies. The only other thing, I think I mentioned this back at the time, one of the things that can be more advantageous than having something like Dominate is having a way of doing area of effect damage. I would say possibly the best of those would be Zaid's Inferno Grade. It's extremely handy for that. I'm useful in that I'm very kind of combat capable. The Locust is bloody good, and also the Widow sniper rifle is. Both are very good, and whilst I'm not like a true soldier, I'm about as combat capable as you can be. And I'm still dying a couple of times. It's just this mission is hard, and doing this on, especially on like hardcore or insanity difficulties, is just really challenging. Because you basically have to be a soldier in order to do it, otherwise you're just not good enough at combat. Okay, now let's go around the sideway then. Blow that up, and in we go. No backup for you. I mean, the backup may get here, but you're dead. So, with the security lock overridden, that means we can now go into the core area that was just disallowed for us. Oh, the elevator's full of bastardry. Oh, that was a very meaty explosion as well. Let's head down. No, let's head up. That wasn't what I was expecting at all. This area looks confusing. Apologies. This area looks confusing, but it's actually not. It's a very simple linear pathway. You just keep basically going forward, and there's only ever actually one route in front of you at any given time. And in that way, I suppose it's kind of decent enough. It's clever enough level design that it looks like you're doing something a lot more complicated than you are. There's a PDA there that I thought was going to be a log on the kind of the indoctrination process, but was actually just money. Oh my god. And it keeps doing this as well. If you come around the corner and there's enemies right there on top of you the instant you're around the corner. It's really one of the things that makes this even more challenging. It's not just that you're solo, but also they throw you hard combats. In a lot of ways, this DLC... So both this and Lair of the Shadow Broker came out well after the game had come out. This one, especially, when I say it bridges between Mass Effects 2 and 3, it also bridges that time-wise. That it was pretty much halfway between the releases of the two games. Hey, just throw that at me. You fucker. You're supposed to be dominated. There we go. Focus on someone else. Dick. Yeah, kind of, it does kind of expect when you're doing it that you've already beaten the game, and I'll talk about that more in a bit, but certainly for plot reasons, I probably wouldn't recommend doing it until after you have beaten the main game, otherwise parts of it will feel not... I wouldn't say they feel odd, but they don't feel quite as satisfying as they could, because they are clearly designed to be done. I've made a terrible mistake here. I think I should get away with it, though. Nope. Idiot. Idiot. For some reason, I took on the guy who I bloody dominated. That was really brutal, sitting there with the sniper on his head until the moment the dominate wore off. But yeah, one of the weird things is... oh dear, dear, dear. So I didn't show this at the time, but if I show the footage back now, this mission takes place physically right on the edge of the galaxy. And as kind of everyone's been saying, the Reapers are coming here. Like, they will be here in, at this point, about an hour and a half. All we're trying to do at the moment is make sure there isn't a relay here for them to get elsewhere, but there's nothing you can do to stop them actually physically turning up here. And that then feels a bit weird to be, if you're presuming you succeed, and it's like, well, if you manage to blow up the main relay, they're still, the Reapers are in the galaxy, and it's like, right, I'm just going to go off and do side quests and stuff like that. It feels quite strange at that point, really. Because you know they're kind of here, they're just limited in how well they can access the rest of the galaxy. Anyway, here is the second cooling rod. Oh my god, there's just no stopping you, is there? I will do exactly that.
Step away from the reactor. You've ruined everything. I can't hear the whispers anymore. Turn around. Now. You've taken them away from me. I will never see the Reaper's arrival. All you had to do was stay asleep. Not... Stay asleep. None of this had to happen.
Kenson, you don't have to do this. We can get off this asteroid.
No, we cannot.
Warning, collision imminent. 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 Warning, collision imminent.
Joker, this is Shepard. I need a pickup, now.
Communication system damaged.
Damn it! Where can I find an escape shuttle?
Take the lift from this room to the external access. From there, proceed to the communications tower. The remaining escape shuttles will be located on the tower's landing pad.
I have to get to that comm tower and take a shuttle. It's my only chance.
Quite why you're saying that to yourself is unclear. Anyway, as you can see, we've now got 30 minutes left, and we're very much on a collision course with the relay before that, so we kind of want to get out of here. So, resistance is relatively light now because we've been unconscious. We spent a lot of this mission unconscious. Like, we had 2 days originally and we were sedated for that. I guess they were trying to sedate us until the project happened. And then we were knocked out there for like an hour or so. I'd be worried about Shepard's mental state at this point. Anyway, once you're in this corridor, immediately to the left here is a room which is worth going to because it has heavy skin weave in it. Which is, if you'll look at the visualizer, the final upgrade in the entire game. We've got everything, which makes sense because this is the final 10 minutes of the final episode, of all the bonus episodes as well. So there we have it. If we go through this door... That wasn't the door I thought. Ah! Well, there's Alpha Relay, and we are flying towards it at quite a horrifying speed. Ooh, survey data, did someone say? I think someone did say survey data, but I'm not sure who or where. Where is that? Ah, it's just on the floor there. Wonderful. Let's head outside. That wasn't an airlock. Power cells handy here for the arc projector. So, now outside, as you can see at the bottom, there is a proximity to Alpha Relay marker. There's also people, and this can be a really challenging section because you can't hear very well, and so enemies can really kind of sneak up on you. My advice here is switch to your, not your absolute heavy weapons, but switch to something like the sniper and take out these guys as quickly as possible. Obviously you have the impending collision with Alpha Relay, but there's another reason why you want to take care of the infantry on the ground as quickly as possible. And you will notice specifically that I say infantry on the ground, because something worse is coming. When this guy hops around, we'll kill him. Oh, no, we won't, because I don't have a bloody gun in the bullet. Gun in the bullet! Bullet in the chamber. There we go. Wow, heat sink ready, or whatever it's supposed to be. That wasn't great. Let's send a bit of a thing over there. I'm really struggling with these guys, actually. But yeah, stay in one position and don't really move up. As you will notice, that proximity to Alpha Relay... Ah, the last shuttle's taking off. That's not great.
Damn it. I have to get to the comm tower.
Ah, now you can see what I was talking about there. They have a heavy mech. And if you're fighting heavy mech plus infantry at the same time, that can be really problematic. Once these guys are on the move, I'll try and hopefully just keep a couple of them dominated to at least provide fodder and maybe some shots in at the mech. But I'm going to start pumping arcs into the mech, and at that point those will probably chain to the allies anyway and make them a bit useless. This is another bit that can be really challenging for a solo Shepard if you're not prepared to take down an Ymir mech entirely by your lonesome, which many classes just are not. Once it's down to armor, get back in the cover. Ah, why did you stand up and change weapons? Shepard behaves very strangely on this mission sometimes, it feels like. So once it's down to armor, my sniper should be pretty handy for just wrecking the thing. Though I seem to be weirdly exposed in this bit of cover. It's not actually cover. Ah, good. My fodder plan is working nicely. He is targeting one of the things over there, which is great because my sniper was out of ammunition and my bloody incinerate missed. But we have just managed to dominate another one there, which is good. Unfortunately, the mech is somewhat unaccounted for at the moment. Oh no, it's not unaccounted for. It's right there. One more hit should take it down quite nicely. Spoink! Oh, brilliant. We'll get one final nuclear explosion with this awesome shot with Alpha Relay in the background. Wallop! Bit of a premature wallop there, but you know, that happens sometimes. With all the enemies taken care of... Oh. Well. I didn't... Ah! You're supposed to be dominated! I suppose when I started attacking him, he probably broke the spell a little bit. I love how you also do definitely get closer to Alpha Relay as well, physically. It's actually a little bit frightening, because that's quite a big thing and we're moving quite fast. Let's hit the comm relay.
External comm channel open.
Shepard to Normandy. Joker, do you read me?
Shepard, You have become an annoyance. You fight against inevitability, dust struggling against cosmic winds. This seems a victory to you, a star system sacrificed. But even now, your greatest civilizations are doomed to fall. Your leaders will beg to serve us.
Some humans are afraid that the Reapers are too powerful. But when the Alpha Relay breaks, everyone will see that we can fight the Reapers and win. However insignificant we might be, we will fight, we will sacrifice, and we will find a way. That's what humans do.
Know this as you die in vain. Your time will come. Your species will fall. Prepare yourselves for the arrival.
Commander Shepard, Normandy inbound for pickup.
Roger that. Get us out of here, Joker.
Huh. Looks like you've recovered.
Admiral Hackett.
Sounds like you went through hell down there. How are you feeling?
Fine. No more visions, if that's what you mean. I wasn't expecting to see you here.
You went out there as a favor to me. I decided to debrief you in person. That was before the mass relay exploded and destroyed an entire Batarian system. What the hell happened out there, Commander?
Have you received any intel about what happened?
All I know is I sent you out there to break Amanda Kenson out of prison. And now an entire system is destroyed. I hope you could fill in the leap of logic between those two events.
I confirmed Dr. Kenson's proof. The Reapers were coming, and destroying that relay was the only way to stop them. Kenson sedated me for almost 2 days. I started the engines with little more than an hour left. I tried to warn the Batarian colony, but time ran out.
The Batarians report no survivors from Aratat. At least you tried. And you believe the Reaper invasion really was a threat?
No doubt about it. We literally had minutes to spare.
I'm sure all the details are in your report. I won't lie to you, Shepard. The Batarians will want blood, and there's just enough evidence for a witch hunt. And we don't want war with the Batarians. Not with the Reapers at the galaxy's edge.
What are you saying?
You did what you did for the best of reasons, but there were more than 300,000 Batarians in that system. All dead.
They died to save trillions of lives. If I could have saved them, you bet your ass I would have.
You're preaching to the choir, Commander. If it were up to me, I'd give you a damn medal. Unfortunately, not everyone will see it that way.
So what do you suggest?
Evidence against you is shoddy at best. But at some point, you'll have to go to Earth and face the music. I can't stop it, but I can and will make them fight for it.
I didn't expect to see you aboard a Cerberus vessel.
I don't like Cerberus or the way they do things. But they brought you back to life, and they're actually doing something about the state of the galaxy. Besides, I'm not so sure this is a Cerberus ship anymore. Right?
Is the Alliance concerned about the Batarians' response to this incident?
Very. The Batarians have been looking for an excuse to wage war on us since we showed up in the galaxy. If the Reapers invade, we need the galaxy to work together. If we're at war with the Batarians, the other races will be hesitant to give aid to either side.
Is the Alliance prepared for a Reaper invasion?
That's hard to say. It took multiple fleets and the Destiny Ascension to bring Sovereign down, and that was just one Reaper. If the Reapers come in force, we're just not ready.
I'll gladly stand trial once this mission is done.
Glad to see working with Cerberus hasn't stripped away your sense of honor. Do whatever you have to do out here. But when Earth calls, you make sure you're there with your dress blues on, ready to take the hit. In the meantime, you keep this. I don't need to see a report to know you did the right thing.
Yes, sir.
You've done a hell of a thing, Commander.
And there we have it. That is the end of both the Arrival DLC and of Mass Effect 2. Full stop. You can see what I mean if it's kind of bridging between Mass Effects 2 and 3, that it's kind of setting up for Shepard having to face consequences for that action at some point in Mass Effect 3, and also the fact that the Reapers are here now. They haven't got access to the relay system quite yet, but they are literally on the edges of the galaxy, so it's all getting very tense, and that's why it kind of feels better to play this DLC after the game is done, rather than during it. But it does feel a little bit rushed, like you kind of do everything quite quickly, and it kind of escalates a bit too quickly almost. It feels like that should have maybe been the conclusion of the main quest or something, rather than DLC. It's an odd one. Worth noting as well, if you do that mission before having done the suicide mission, it's not Harbinger at the end, but the Collector General that appears as the hologram, but the text is exactly the same. And there we have it. Oh my god. I need to conclude this relatively quickly because my throat is going to pieces, but that's it. Something ironic about concluding Mass Effect 2 quickly, a game that's taken me plus bonus episodes 20 to 76 episodes. And it's been huge, and it's been fantastic, and I've enjoyed it. And I hope you have too. So for one final time, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you will not even join me next time, I hope you will watch the plethora of other stuff which is available on the channel. And starting on Monday or Tuesday, whenever I upload it, will be Darksiders. Thank you very much, and for one final time, this has been Mass Effect 2. Good day.